time now for Keller at Large. Here's Jon.
Good morning. Thanks very much for joining us. It's been another horrendous month for the MBTA with numerous infrastructure problems and the discovery that serious problems with the new multi-billion-dollar Green Line extension were known to top T officials before the line opened for business, but not shared with the public. Let's talk about that and other things going on with the T right now with Brian Kane, a veteran official with the system who now heads the MBTA Advisory Board, a budgetary oversight body that includes officials from the 176 cities and towns served by the system. Brian, welcome. Good to have you.
Thanks, John. Thanks for having me.
So, were you surprised at any level to learn of the Green Line fiasco?
I think we were all surprised to learn that this brand new line that had been bought for and paid for at great expense by billions of dollars wasn't working as promised.
How about the cover-up aspect of it, or is that an inappropriate phrase? You tell me.
Well, it's unknown yet, John. So
okay.
The analogy that I like to use is someone put an addition on their house. They got their financing together. They hired a contractor. The contractor went out, got a bunch of components, built you an addition. You lived in the addition for a couple months, and you figured out that something wasn't working just right. That's what happened here, and it seems like it was a manufacturing issue with some pre-manufactured components that the contractors brought in and just didn't function properly. Now, they figured it out eventually. It's pretty clear that it was known before the line opened. The line was opened anyway. That's the question why.
Well, and it's a question that, well before it's resolved by any investigation, certainly adds to the fears of MBTA riders or would-be MBTA riders about their safety. Now, last fall, the MBTA Advisory Board put out a report about the myriad safety problems affecting the T and suggested that there were two ways to start fixing it. To move the state safety oversight function to a different existing entity or create a new entity. Has either of those things happened?
There actually has been legislation filed and passed through the Transportation Committee to do that. I believe it is waiting to go for a full debate on the floor of the House and the Senate. We fully support that. That is a model that has worked very well in New York and worked very well in Washington, D.C., and I think it would work very well here in Boston.
But still in the works.
The legislature moves at its own pace.
Yeah.
And there is, I think, some urgency that they really need to get moving on this.
Yeah, well, in the meantime, the marketplace works at its own pace. And this past summer, when the tunnel was closed, yes, the Sumner Tunnel, the Blue Line was made free to encourage people to bypass the horrendous traffic jams. And there was a report before the MBTA board the other day that while there was an uptick in ridership, it was well short of projections. To me, the headline is, people don't even want to ride the T when it's free. What does that tell you about the future of the T?
Well, what it tells me, John, is that cost is really not the main motivator for people taking public transportation. And all the research across the U.S. in the last 30 years has shown this. People need it to be safe, reliable, and frequent. And if it is those three things, and they can count on it being those three things, people will take the T.
Well, you said earlier this month, you told the website Axios that with Phil Eng, the new MBTA general manager hired by Governor Healy, yes, quote, it's like the adults are finally in charge, end quote. Brian, what does that say about Phil Eng's predecessors and the governors who hired them?
Well, I'll leave that to you, John, and your audience. I mean, here's the thing, though. Phil Eng has been here 6 months. It's 6 months this month. And I think folks are really starting to see a sea change. I mean, I, as someone who was inside the T and pays very close attention to it, am starting to see things that I just haven't seen in the last decade. He has brought in serious experts from outside the state and outside the outside of the MBTA industry pros to begin to run things. And you are starting to see changes happen internally because of that. He has completely reshuffled the leadership team. He is putting the right people in place, and I believe he is beginning to allocate resources appropriately to those people. But it's only been 6 months. This stuff will take time. We had decades of underinvestment in the T, and it's not going to be fixed in 6 months. Unfortunately, maybe not even 6 years.
These are moves that were never made before.
Moves were made, but I don't think we've seen the moves at this scale. We haven't seen the industry pros from outside Massachusetts been brought in.
Yeah.
Think about some of the GMs we've had in the past. I mean, I keep a list on my website, and some of them lasted like 8 months.
Yeah.
You know, business executives from Florida, and you know, people that gave a lot of money to governors' campaigns.
Sure. Not
Not industry pros.
Right.
Phil Eng is a real deal. And yes, it is the adults in charge.
All right. On that note, let's take a break, and we'll continue our conversation with the Executive Director of the MBTA Advisory Board, Brian Kane, in just a moment. So stay with us.